What's up, guys? Welcome to the Sober Morning Reset. On this channel, we help you reset, rewire, and reclaim your life from alcohol, one win, one day, one habit at a time. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell because we do this every single day. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's really, really amazing. It's called mindfulness. And I remember when I first quit drinking, my mind was all over the place, right? I was always reacting to things. I was always thinking that cravings were in control of me. I was a mess. But once I started putting mindfulness into my alcohol-free lifestyle, that's when things really changed long term, and that's when I was able to actually get control and quit for good. And I've been sober for the past 7 years. Mindfulness is definitely one of the key sober habits that I like to have into my life, not only just for sobriety, but for every aspect of your life. Mindfulness is always a good thing to have in your life, especially when you want to be a high performer and you want to do great things with your life. So if that's you, you want to be a high performer, you want to do great things with your life, then you're going to want to have mindfulness. Now, this is kind of the trap that we're all stuck in, especially when we're drinking, right? So you got the drinking habit loop. So you're going to drink, you get the short-term reward, you get the long-term cost, you drink again, there's a trigger. This can be emotional, could be physical, could be environmental. Whatever's triggering you to drink, you have that short-term relief from whatever pain you have. The long-term costs are hidden underneath, and then you get the trigger. What I teach in the Sober Morning Reset loop is the trigger, right? We're going to have some short-term discomfort. We're going to deal with that short-term discomfort with journaling, meditation, mindfulness, all these things with the six sober habits. And then we're going to get long-term pleasure from having those habits in our lives. And then we're going to learn to identify the costs and the triggers again before we have them, and then we're going to go in this loop again. So you're going to identify the cost, you're going to have the trigger. Instead of giving into the trigger and doing this loop, you're going to get short-term discomfort, and that's where you're going to have to deal with some short-term discomfort in the very beginning, but that's okay because we have long-term pleasure over here. And then you're going to start identifying more costs and more triggers, and then you're going to continue to move forward. And now one of the best ways to get through that short-term discomfort, the cravings, those kinds of things, is mindfulness. And mindfulness can disrupt this habit loop. So here you are meditating, over here you have the craving, you have the craving, you have the drinking, but mindfulness kind of goes in between here, right at this craving section. And this is kind of where you want to have, because you can pause, observe the craving. Now, cravings aren't in command of you, not in control of you. They're just cues that you need to go deeper. You need to do something with your life. You need to have better relief, stress relief. You need to deal with the trauma maybe that you're having. Maybe you need to see a therapist. Maybe you need to deal with the stress in your life. Maybe you actually need to give yourself a reward other than alcohol. There's a lot of things that are happening underneath that are causing you to have this craving, and you got to find out what those things are so you can do that. And one way to get through this initial craving and start finding out better solutions, better habits, better things to put in your life is called the power pause. Now, the power pause is going to help you get through this whole kind of craving system. But before we get into the power pause, we should learn that something about reacting and versus responding. We can go through our lives reacting, impulsively acting, right? Just giving into our cravings. This is where cravings and reaction, right? We're just giving into our cravings and continuing this habit loop. Or we can learn to respond thoughtfully and thoughtfully choose. That's where meditation comes in. That's where the power pause comes in. That's where these things, where you want to disrupt these loops, that's where these things come in. When you start to respond instead of react, that's definitely where you're going to be able to make a lot of gain and a lot of power. You got a lot of power in responding instead of reacting. And thoughtfully choosing is mindfulness, right? And the importance of mindfulness, it breaks the habit loop and gives you control. So the power pause is stop, breathe, reset. That's the three-step system. You want to stop, you want to breathe, 4 in, 4 out, and then reset yourself, right? And then we got the reset zone visualization to see your sober self. We're going to talk about in another video, but the power pause is something that you can do. Stop, breathe, and reset, right? So it's a mindfulness grounding tool. So what it is you breathe for 10 seconds. Inhale, hold, exhale. Out for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. What's going to do is going to get your body and the parasympathetic nervous system back on track. You're going to be more relaxed, and then you can move into the next step, is where you're going to use the Dare to Be Sober craving response tool, right? So disrupt, pause, and break the patterns. That's what you're doing. The power pause. You're going to ask yourself, what's really happening here? What's underlying? What do I actually need? Do I actually need stress? Do I actually need something to deal with my stress? Do I need an actual reward in my life? What am I looking for? What am I needing? And then this reframe that, change the story around. This isn't a need. This is just a craving, right? This isn't something that I want. You can reframe it as, okay, I need stress relief. Well, alcohol action give me stress relief. No, it's not. You can even play the tape forward at this point. So you can say, okay, if I have a drink now, what's it going to look like tomorrow? What's my sober morning going to look like tomorrow? It's going to be groggy, shameful. I'm going to be stuck in that habit loop, right? But if I don't have a drink, that's where this is going to go. And that's where I'm going to work towards, right? So what's tomorrow going to look like? What's a week going to look like? What's going going to happen in the future, that's definitely a powerful reframe as well. And also reframe these cravings as not forever. They're not going to last forever. They last for maybe 10 to 15 minutes and they're not in control. They come in waves, right? So just kind of feel those waves, reframe that story as you're going through this, and then execute. Take one sober action that you're going to take. Is it journaling, meditation, connecting with someone? Do you have a meaningful or morning aligned purpose or a meaningful absorbing project that you can use? What kind of thing are you going to put into place to have that sober action? If you want to email me or comment on what sober action you can take to get rid of this habit loop, that's going to be really helpful to me to understand what you guys are going through and also to help you guys get to where you want to go. So definitely super important. So I'm gonna put the power pause video, uh, a, a link to the video in this video as well, so you can go back and learn and kind of watch the power pause. There's a meditation. It's a 5 minute meditation that's going to kind of just get you grounded and back into where you want to be, and to get you moving through these cravings and this craving wave. I'm also gonna just post that on Facebook so you guys can use it. You can have that there so you can you guys can use it to be posted on YouTube, just so you guys can use that as well. So that's what I have for you guys today. Use the power pause, use the Dare to Be Sober method as a craving tool to get to where you want to go and get through these cravings, because the initial cravings only last for a little while. And guess what? I don't have cravings anymore. They're really intense in the very beginning, but they kind of fade over time. And you might have cravings for other things as well. You can maybe use this power pause and the Dare to Be Sober method to kind of get through those cravings as well. So, anyways, guys, those are the tools I got for you guys today. That's what I wanted to tell you. The mindfulness is one of the best tools. It's the number two habit in the six sober habits that we've been talking about, and it's just such a life changer. So the power pause is just one part of it. You guys can dive into mindfulness yourself, and get into all sorts of meditations and mindfulness and gratitude and all these things that come with mindfulness. But the power pause is really going to help you. It's a quick tool you guys can pull out of your pocket and use anytime you have a craving, and you feel that you need a drink. Reframe that, use the dare method, and use the power pause to combine together. That's going to be a really powerful tool to get you to where you want to go. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We do this every single day. And I want to help you guys reset, rewire, and reclaim your life, one person, one win, one habit at a time. Life's so much better on the sober side, my friends. I'll see you guys in the next video.